Edmund Opondo is the founder and director of Grapesyard organization, which he founded in the year 1999 in Korogocho informal settlements.
I am the founder and currently working as the director of Grapesyard organization. Well, I'll move to what Grapesyard is. It's an NGO that's work with orphans and vulnerable children to care and support and give support to these children. This NGO was founded in 1999 in Korogocho slums as a community school. You'll remember that back then in 1999, accessing primary school was not very easy for the poor. This because then Kenya was not a signatory to the MDG, so parents were not able to take their kids to school. Secondly, HIV/AIDS was ravaging the country, so there are a number of children that were orphaned as a result. Physically, we are in Korogocho. Once you're in Korogocho and you ask Grapesyard, Grapesyard and Korogocho is synonymous. You'll be able to locate us. In Utawala, we are in Mihango, next to Chief Camp. Again, if you ask Grapesyard organization or any children's home near Mihango School, you'll be able to locate. Grapesyard was founded in the year 1999, first as a school to give care and support to orphans and vulnerable children. You remember those days, accessing government school was not very easy because the MDGs had not been ratified by Kenyan government. So free education, maternal health, these were things that Kenyans as a population was just hearing from far. So another problem was that so many children were orphaned as a result of HIV/AIDS. This because access to antiretroviral drugs were a nightmare to again to the same population. So there were so many children that couldn't access school. Furthermore, this was complicated by the extreme hunger that was biting then. So around November the same year, 1999, there was a need for us to start a program that would address the needs of these children, and hence the start of Grapesyard organization. And that reminds me to tell you what Grapesyard means. Grapes as a fruit, we were looking for an institution where people will come and pick some of these fruits, and to us the fruits were education, health, feeding these children, giving social support. So these were the fruits that children were to get from this yard, and hence it formed the name Grapesyard. So that's how it started.
Born and bred in Siaya County, under a difficult background, Edmund recalled having to brew changa in order to pay his school fees.
Well, I grew born and bred in a village in Siaya. I'm one of the few that understood what poverty is. In real sense, I grew changat so that I could pay for my school fees. And those days, government, those that were in government stream school, we were paying around 900 shillings a year, which was not forthcoming. So I had to brew changa. Secondly, I came from a very staunch Catholic, and my father being the catechist of the local sub-parish, my father wanted me to be a priest. So he took me to a seminary with the hope that I will be a priest someday. But then this did not work because he thought that the parish would pay for my school fees. So I spent half of first term, then I was sent because of lack of school fees to go look for school fees. Then I ended up in a day school, which I would trek, I think, around 30 kilometers every day as a day scholar. I think even what I do today, as much as I did not end up being a spiritual father, I end up being a physical father, and to many within this organization, children called me Father Abraham. And I think this because of the number of children that we've managed to reach. So asking about my background, I come from a very, very humble background, but with a strong Christian foundation.
Grapesyard is a non-profit organization working with orphans and vulnerable children, and Edmund says he started the institution with only a sum of 20 shillings.
Starting an organization with 20 shillings as a capital in itself is a challenge. It means if we had a capital to start to start an organization then in 1999, today we would be speaking of an institution that is either close to Makinis of Nairobi. We'll be speaking of institutions that are like Kemrif. I know those are the areas we want to go to. Two, the donor world is shrinking each and every day.
The Grapesyard School, located in Korogocho, has over 1,600 pupils where, aside from education, other skills are taught and meals are also served.
This school is located in a slum area, low income, so we have a lot of needy cases within the environment. We have children who are not going to school. We have children whose families are facing a lot of challenges. So we have a sponsorship from a number of organizations. We also have children whom we need to assess and see how the school can come in to help in their lives so that they're able to access school and they're able to retain school going until they leave class 8. In the line of social work, we do assessment of cases of children, the ones we consider for intake, other cases that we do not put into the sponsorship but come also as needy. There are cases where a child comes to school, their uniform is in such poor condition, you understand there's a problem here that you need to address. Other children come, they've not had a meal for a number of days. Other children come when the parents are ill. The parents, there's been violence, people have just separated the other day, but we want to maintain them in school. So we do assessment of the cases, we determine what would be best to be able to assist the child at that moment. We also do referrals. For example, a child is sick, the teacher gets you the case from class. I get in touch with the nurse so that she's able to see the children and then give some first aid. If it is a case that needs to go to hospital, then we do a referral letter. I'm in charge of doing the referral letter to hospital. Mainly we do the referrals to NEMA because that's where our sponsor pays for their treatment. But if at NEMA the case needs a further referral, then the hospital will get in touch with the nurse and the organization and decide if it is approved, then they get the treatment elsewhere. Again, we have the lunch program that is given to the children. So we ensure that all children who are coming to school are able to eat lunch in school. This is because in their community where they live, and specifically in the various families, that some families, they don't have meals. So for some, the main meal they eat is the lunch that they eat in school. So we strive to ensure that during school days, all the children are able to get lunch.
The children's health is also a priority as there's a school nurse to attend to the sick cases.
A registered nurse working as a nurse in Grapesyard School. We normally treat the minor illness, and the major illness we normally refer to them high. For the minor illness, they normally just come, but a child must come with the parent for the consent.
It's our sick day. We store medicine here for all the children because we have got special children and we have to keep their medicine safe. Like the sickler, who normally takes his medicines daily, and after some 2 weeks or 1 month, he goes for review at a hospital that we have arrangements with.
To aid the learners in their studies, is a school library whose most of the books are donated by university students who come for community service.
There are these different students. There are these students from USIU. They usually come here for community service after some period of time. For period of time, I mean. After that, when their time for leaving, they usually donate something, maybe books. Not only books, they usually also donate some tools that can be used in the classroom. And then we have students also from Italy, and those students from Italy, they're the major donors of books in this library. There are these different students. There are these students from USIU. They usually come here for community service. After that, when their time for leaving, they usually donate something, maybe books. Not only books, they usually also donate some tools that can be used in the classroom. And then we have students also from the major donors of books in this library.
To help in running the business of Grapesyards are a number of relevant stakeholders and employability of various financial sustainability tactics.
Currently, Grapesyard, as an NGO, we have a board of directors. Decisions are made at the level of board of directors, and then these decisions are brought to the management level, where it's find me as the director, and of course I have key officers that I work with. I have like 3 senior social workers. I have an accountant and administrator, and then as a home manager, and it goes down to the teaching fraternity. In total, we have a population of 50 staff that are taking care of the entire program. We have two partners that we work with, one from Italy and one from Canada. 700 children are sponsored under the 2 organizations. That's in itself is a revenue that takes care of part of our budget. 2, we are working on a sustainability program where we've ventured on partly on transport, and with the hope that the revenue that is generated from the transport also helps to support the program. 3, the children that are not under sponsorship, we hope that we hope and we always encourage them to pay money, so that in terms of school fees, so that we can run. And finally, we usually appeal to donors and well-wishers so that they may be able to donate, especially now that the cost of food has gone high. We rely on food donations from various companies, from various individuals, and since COVID started, this scaled down, and it's a concern that I believe that we should continue getting more interested people to give in terms of donations in kind or in cash.